Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It is Kareem here. So I constantly get asked, how do you start an agency or a business or anything? How do I start making money with no money or no skill? And I'll tell you exactly how I started, how I got my first few clients and how much I got paid and how I scaled that to 30, 40K a month with no ads. Yes, no ads at all. Listen, before you go ahead and implement what I'm about to talk about or start researching about it, I want you to just do one thing. Focus and pay attention. If you can't do that, honestly, just simply go to another video. Just move on and continue with whatever you were doing before. If you don't have the ability to just sit down and watch this video properly, you might as well just jump off from now because I just know it's going to be a waste of time for you. But for those who have stayed and want to stay, well done. I guess that's step one. But step one overall is just being committed and willing to listen and learn properly. And look, I'm going to be frankly honest, I'm literally exposing everything I've done that helped me acquire clients and scale my business all the way up to 30, 40K a month from complete scratch. And I can proudly say I've made every penny using my own skills and experience. I haven't made a single penny by selling courses. It's purely around your skills, your experience. It's what's going to make you money. Look, I'm not going to talk to you about mindset and all this rubbish. I personally feel like, self-improvement and mindset shit is just completely irrelevant in my opinion. I'm going to tell you, wake up at 6 in the morning and need to read this book. Sorry for my language, but it does fuck all. It makes you feel like you're being productive, but it doesn't do shit. I'm just going to get straight to it. However you live your life, that's up to you. You'll realize I'm not perfect as well. No, I don't wake up at 6 in the morning. I probably sleep around 6 in the morning. So I'm going to talk about my very first way of making money online. Okay, so video editing. Video editing really started everything for me. So I got into video editing because I already had like 10 years of experience with it. Not professional experience, but I loved experimenting with different editing software. For some reason, I just got so hooked to it. I had a gaming channel. I uploaded like all sorts of different edits on it. It was specifically around a game called RuneScape. And I was quite experienced with animation, motion graphics, and I used all sorts of, popular editing programs such as After Effects, Premiere Pro, and also Vegas Pro, if you've heard of it, which was quite commonly used back then. I just watched tutorial after tutorial online, a lot of trial and error. I just tried experimenting. Like I'd sit there for hours. I'd even randomly, to the point, I'd download videos online and just edit, like try put like tracked animation around it or something, or try put subtitles. I was doing it for free in my own time just to learn. That's just how hooked I was into it. So now your next question is, all right, Kareem, look, you've got this so-called editing experience or skill. How did you go about acquiring clients? Well, look, I've got 3 ways. I'll tell you exactly how I acquire clients. And no, I did not run ads. No ads whatsoever. I'm not saying ads is not the way to go forward, but for me personally, I just didn't really have to run ads and I still acquired quite a bit of money. I started off by reaching out to gamers, mostly those who played RuneScape, as I was already putting out content and I was already playing the game at the same time. If you're interested to see what kind of content I used to put out, you can just quickly YouTube me or search me up. I was called IX Kareem. Channel's still open. One day I might close it, but yeah, it's still there. I haven't uploaded in years because I don't play the game anymore. I was really known amongst, the player base in RuneScape and stuff. So whenever I logged in, I quickly got recognized and it was quite awesome, sort of whatever I was in the map, I was quickly recognized and noticed for, what I do and who I am. So yeah, I got paid around $50 to $60 per video. And these videos would range anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes. So they wouldn't take that long to edit. I cold DM'd these gamers, YouTubers as well, asking if they need a video editor and that I'd be willing to edit their next video for free as a trial, I guess. The truth is I had to do a lot of things for free to build trust and to show that I can deliver, especially if you don't have proof or a portfolio. You have to make the client, the other person on the other side who doesn't really know you, feel comfortable by completely removing any risk or doubt they may have about you and your service. So I did do that for a while and I managed to grab a decent number of clients. And for some, I was allowed to advertise myself for like PKing, also known as player killing videos. A lot of times I would ask the RuneScape or the game, I'd be like, look, can I just put, edited by IX Kareem in the intro for like 10-15 seconds, and they would be completely happy and fine with it, knowing that it could get them more recognition, seeing that they got a reputable editor editing their video. Of course, not everyone allowed it. I guess the bigger YouTubers didn't really want me to put my name out there, which I completely respect, but I still got paid for it. But yeah, while I used to sort of put my name out there, it's a free way to advertise myself, and I got a lot of business from it. So much. I'll be honest, it came to a point where I just didn't have to offer any free trial videos anymore. I didn't have to cold DM anyone anymore. After doing so many videos and putting my name out there and so on, and I started getting noticed in the community, I became like the main video editor on RuneScape. Yeah, as I said, it just came to a point where I just didn't have to offer any free trial videos as the lead was already warm. They're already reaching out to me and they're already interested in what they want. They know what I was capable of. If anything, all I had to do was just, this is my offer, this is my price tag, are you happy? That's it. And I was able to sort of up the price sometimes because I know how much they would want me to be on their end and edit their videos and so on. So I made even more money when the person reaching out to me was already interested. This overall made me around $1,000 to $2,000. I was quite inconsistent as well at college, school and everything back then. And yes, I did spend everything. I went on like stupid holidays, I did stupid stuff, but it still was a good amount of money for me, and it wasn't bad at all, especially when I was doing this literally from a room and a bust up laptop. I always had people reaching out to me asking me to edit their videos, and I'll be honest, it reached a point where I just couldn't keep up. It would reach a point where I'll just take on 5, even though I've got like 20, 30, 40 plus people trying to reach out to me and have them edit their videos and work with them. Cool. So then I moved on to Upwork. I sort of moved away from RuneScape. I stopped playing it. I just didn't like the fact where I'm doing all this work. And the thing is with the RuneScape community, right? They're just gamers. They can't afford to pay more than $50 to $100. You can't charge ridiculous prices. They just might as well do it themselves. It's a game that not that many players play. It's well known, but not that many players play, and they don't have that much money to invest. So the community was fairly small, and because of that, I was capped at how much I can charge. I was like, okay, now I need to find a way to use my skills. You know, I'm good at delivering results. Video editing has worked for me for a game, at least, for all these different YouTubers. I need to do it for a more professional project maybe and get more money in one go. So maybe one project can pay me anywhere up to like $1,000 to maybe $5,000 or $8,000, whatever. So I did a bit of research and I came across Upwork. So I managed to acquire really good project work, and I got paid quite well for a number of them, paying me anywhere between like $1,000 was like the minimum, and I think all the way to $4,000. And I'd only put a proposal for those that were within that range, and so on. So all I had to do was just work on my proposal. That improved every single time. I worked on my script, had like a decent portfolio. So I did that for a while. After Upwork, I was sort of doing my own research on the side, researching all sorts of different methods of making money online and how I can apply my skills to maybe a specific niche or a specific platform and so on. So I came across then Instagram flipping. I learned about that. I saw how it works, and then I tried it for myself and I did quite well. So I flipped Instagram theme pages throughout, COVID, probably around COVID time, which made me quite a bit of money. I would simply just build the theme page all the way to like 100, 200k followers. I was also selling a few shout outs here and there, which made me some decent money on the side. And then I would sell the accounts when they were ready for a good amount. I would then buy like another rundown Instagram account that only has like 20 or 30k followers instead of starting a complete new Instagram account from scratch. And then I'll build that all the way to like 300, 400k, even bigger, so I can get more return. So I did that for a while, but I did eventually get bored of it because building the Instagram account and adapting to Instagram's ever-changing algorithm was just annoying. It became repetitive, and I felt like it was taking a while for me to build the account, research the niche, build the theme page, and then sell it. I felt like that was quite tiring. And then recently, sometime last year, I went back into video editing. I was like, I need to approach people outside of gaming. I'm just going to go back to RuneScape again. I don't even play that game. I don't even know what it's about anymore. I was targeting channels that, finance channels, bloggers, influencers, etc., content creators and everything. So I had a much wider market to target. And I've already got like a whole video explaining how I closed and won over many YouTubers and content creators and influencers, etc., right? And it's all about being personal with them. In that video, I show you how I scripted my emails to them when I was reaching out, how I reply and what works best. And I had a really high response rate with this personal approach. I managed to secure like 20 YouTubers with this outreach method in a very short space of time. So each one is paying anywhere between, $700 to $3,000 a month. And depending on the YouTuber or the client themselves, the price range would differ. So this alone easily made me past 10K in like no time. It was very simple. And what I did with these clients, I always over delivered as well. That's one thing I learned as I was doing RuneScape a while back. I worked day and night. And it was tiring as ever. I'm not going to joke with you. It was tiring. This is not easy. What I did was not easy. I don't think it's for everyone. I was only sleeping a few hours a day. I still do, to be honest, but that's because I'm on this grind and I just want to keep on going. But I'll be honest, I barely sleep. And I feel like if I sleep more than a couple of hours, I feel like I'm wasting time. I should get out of that habit, but because I'm even at it for so long, I don't feel like I can go backwards or take a break, even though I should just, at one point, I should just take a break and relax. When I was doing everything by myself, I was barely sleeping. I would take like random naps here and there, whenever I had a moment, but I was just getting work done. And I purposely over delivered so these guys would refer me to their network quite easily. Or at least when I asked them for it, they would be happy to do so without any tension or awkwardness because they weren't happy with my work. So I knew when I over delivered and I'd get, really good feedback from the client, instead of asking for more money from them, I was like, can you just refer me to more clients? They'd be more than happy to do so. That's something I started doing when I saw really good feedback from my clients. As these new referrals started coming through, I put forward more services to them, including also to my existing client base as well. So I started offering full social media management suite. I offered lead generation services for those who also sold courses or some kind of like digital product. I built their social media pages. I built like a full email system from scratch for them, purely driven from Instagram. I used all the knowledge I acquired from flipping Instagram accounts and growing them, which is attracting users to view your content, retain them, and make them engage with your content as well. So the algorithm can push it to a wider audience and just more people and so on. And look, I wasn't just able to do that out of nowhere. Like I was able to push these kind of services services by having a really good offer. It was very hard to decline. I barely got any pushback for it. And the offer was quite simple. I'd grow and manage the Instagram page along with an email list. It was a simple offer that honestly took away any risk from the client. For every sale I was able to acquire, I just wanted a percentage from it. So I only got paid when the client got paid. So when the client got a payment, I just retrieved like a 10 or 20% cut from it. That's all it was. And that's how I was able to grow to 30, 40K a month. And I did that for a number of clients and they were really happy. It's a bit similar to how a growth operator would work as well, but I think they're a step ahead of me because they actually manage, the whole product and the community itself, and they apply other systems and stuff. So the content creator doesn't really get involved with anything. They just get paid at the end of the month, I guess. And look, with everything I've told you about in this very video, it's helped me retrieve just over 50K last month. And the nice thing is most of that is profit. I don't run ads. All my softwares are paid for, and I've finally been able to grow a small team as well. So I do have a bit of time to myself and I'm able to scale now. I feel like at this point I can run ads. I've actually got testimonials and stuff from what I've done. I'm also trying to build like a community and program because I've got enough confidence on what I deliver now. As I said, I've finally been able to grow a small team. I have editors now. I also have a few sales reps who manage appointment setting for those who opt into that service, and I'm planning to really scale that up. So look, I'm going to give you really cool advice from someone who doesn't want your money or need your money. Just good advice, heart to heart. I'm already making money. I already got my stuff going for me. I've got my agency. I've got a bunch of other stuff making me money as well. And the reason why I do this YouTube thing is because I do want to build a name for myself. I would love to build a community for myself as well. I think that's the next step. Build just some kind of presence online. Aside all of that, I just want you to take this advice from me. Focus on a skill. Could be anything you're good at, and see how you can apply it on social media. That's the true key here. You may be good at video editing, you may be good at lead generation, like growing an email list, or even be good at crafting Upwork proposals or acquiring leads through LinkedIn. Maybe you're really good at graphic design and you know how to create really compelling and good thumbnails as well. Apply that skill to YouTube and that alone will bring you wonders, right? That'll bring you thousands. Okay, it may seem simple, but there's a lot of thought that goes behind it. There's a lot of techniques that go behind that as well. I want you to sit down with yourself and really think about just one skill you can focus and work on. You can't do this without being good at something. I want you to learn it, do it, master it. I want you to breathe it, and then only you can sell it. Take me as an example, right? Using my video editing skills, I reached out to growing, aspiring content creators that want to buy their time back. I then leveraged new and existing clients and sold services and products by growing an email list through Instagram and all sorts of different stuff. But all these different opportunities came to me as I learned video editing. Video editing helped me sort of understand how to generate really good content and grow on Instagram. Then I started understanding Instagram's algorithm. When I started understanding Instagram's algorithm, I applied that knowledge with my video editing. I'm the one creating my own content. And next thing you know, I've got best of both worlds, and it's now a service. And I can do that for any page basically. So I really want you guys to think this way. Don't think this one skill is going to keep you isolated. You will learn different things. You can apply your knowledge to different areas in social media. And look, the problem with the YouTube space today is you've got all these gurus forcing you to learn a skill that just simply may not resonate with you. They make it sound like it's the next best thing and really works today and it's all this good stuff and whatever. But the skill may not resonate with you. It may not work with you. You are unique in your own way. You have to sit down with yourself and find out what truly you're good at. You can then maybe learn how to sort of grow a product for yourself or learn how to create a service for yourself. If I were you, don't just learn a skill from out of scratch, because as I said, it may not be something you want. You're just forcing yourself to do it because you heard it makes millions. Any skill can make millions if you do it properly. Yeah, you can do your research after in terms of if there's demand in a certain market and if you can apply your skill to it, but your skill can be leveraged in many areas. The business world is big. But get good at something first. Don't just sit there and be jumping from one skill to the next, to the next, to the next. You're just going to burn yourself out and not get anywhere. If you reach a stage where, you're somewhat an expert at what you do, try apply it to a social media platform. That's just the next step. Try understand the social media platform's algorithm. What are the key components that help users grow? What are the best audience retention techniques on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube? If I were you, stick to one platform, something you're more familiar with or you want to grow in and you want to understand. What style of content works best, and try apply your skill in that field. Let's say you're really good at acquiring leads and it could be through an email list. Imagine incorporating an email list through a funnel on the back of a YouTube video or back of a Instagram reel. skill. There's so many things you can adapt your skills and knowledge with. You need to understand how social media platforms work. What's their algorithms like? What's the difference between Instagram and YouTube? What do people do to get 1 million followers? Why does short form content do better than long form content on Instagram? Ask yourself all these questions. Look at examples, research about it, right? And then just see how you can incorporate your skill onto there. If you've got a really good skill, try and make money from it first, right? Try put a service. And the thing is, as you've got these different clients approaching you with all these different problems and areas they need help with, and that's when you're going to see a gap in the market. And when you see that gap in the market, you can then expand on it and make a name for yourself, make a product for yourself, and really niche down. But you just need to start. So look, step 1, get good at a skill. 2, if you need to work for free, even if it takes a year, it doesn't matter. You're investing in yourself. You're investing in something that's going to make you millions, hopefully, in the long run. And I guess the third thing you need to do, produce something for free. They will eventually pay and they'll come to you because you're good. Okay, that's when you can start putting a price tag on an offer out. You got to make sure your offer is really good. You got to be willing to work for free to make money in the end. There's no secret to this. This requires a lot of work, a lot of dedication. But I wanted to stop bouncing around from one skill to the other. Stop bouncing around from one guru to the other, or thinking that this course is gonna make you grow this and that. I now finally released a program 2 weeks ago. A lot of people have booked calls with me, and because they don't have a skill to work on or something, I simply reject them. You got to have something you're good at, or at least interested in, and you know how to talk about, and you understand it. I don't know how to help someone if they don't know how to help themselves. I can't tell you you're going to be good at video editing tomorrow. You may hate it, you might find it boring. You've got your own interests and your own life and your own whatever. So stick to what you think is best for you. Stick to what you like. Stick to a skill that you're good at and you're interested in. So that's all I have to say. And if you've got any questions, just reach out. Peace.